This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by ICOM. Heard it, worked it, logged it. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information about ICOM radios.
It's Ham Radio.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Ham Talk Live, episode number 299. Walmart Parking Lots on the Air 3, recorded on June 29th, 2022. I'm your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live. Tonight, we're joined by Mitch Ahrenstorff, ADØHJ and Andrew Northam, KE8FZT. Last episode, Adam Johnson, KD9KIS, was here to talk about Youth on the Air Camp 2022, and hope you had a chance to check out the highlight videos from each day. Had another successful camp with 21 campers, so make sure you check those videos out at youthontheair.org or the Youth on the Air YouTube channel, and see what we were up to. But if you missed the show, you can listen to that anytime at hamtalklive.com or on your favorite podcast app. Or we're also on YouTube, and you can catch the rebroadcast of Ham Talk Live Saturday afternoons at about 3:30 p.m. Eastern on shortwave, WTWW. That's 5085 AM. So make sure you check that out as well. All right, well, I'll be back with Mitch and Andrew right after this word from ICOM America, right here on Ham Talk Live. Be a Field Day leader with ICOM. Field Day is Ham Radio's most popular event, and it's just around the corner. On June 26th and 27th, more than 40,000 North American hams come together to operate remotely. Connect with nature, connect with friends. With a powerful and high-quality ICOM base station, easily cut through the pileups to get that contesting edge. Our popular IC705 portable, IC7300, and IC7610 SDR transceivers are the clear choice for DXers and contesters across the globe. The IC705 is the perfect transceiver for hams who enjoy both the great indoors and outdoors on field day. It's the perfect contesting companion. This base station provides features and functionality at the tip of your fingers in a portable package covering HF 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters and weighs in at just under 2 pounds. It has a 4.3-inch color touchscreen with live band scope and waterfall, 5 watts with a battery, 10 watts with a power supply. It has sideband, CW, AM, FM, and full D-Star functions, Bluetooth, wireless LAN, micro SD card slot, micro USB connector, integrated GPS, and the speaker mic come standard. New accessories are now available: the MBF 705 desktop stand and the AH705 optional automatic antenna tuner that covers 1.8 megahertz to 50 megahertz bands with a 30-meter or longer wire antenna. The IC7300 is a high-performance innovative HF transceiver with a compact design that will far exceed your expectations. This innovative HF transceiver digitizes RF before various receiver stages, reducing the generated inherent noise in different IF stages. This is the radio that changed the way entry-level HF is designed. With RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, the large color touchscreen, spectrum scope, and SD card slot. The real HF fun starts here. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out faint signals in the presence of stronger adjacent ones. The IC7610 by ICOM is a direct sampling, software-defined radio that's changed the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has 110 dB RMDR, dual Digicel, independent dual receivers, and an RF direct sampling system. Visit ICOMAmerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
Your host, Neil Rapp, may be 2 radios short of a full ground system, but he's back now with more Ham Talk Live.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Tonight, Mitch Ahrenstorff, ADØHJ and Andrew Northam, KE8FZT, join us on the Orlando Amateur Radio Club and Hamcation Zoom line. Mitch is a very active satellite operator from Jackson, Minnesota, and is the co-founder of the AD0 Squared Award. And Andrew is no stranger to the show because his daughter wrote the song we use here on the show during Christmas time, the radio jingle. So, Andrew's also an avid satellite operator from Portage, Michigan. So, guys, welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Hey, good evening, Neil.
Hey, good evening, Neil. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Well, I saw the tweet the other day, and I got all excited because we had a year off there, and you know, it was one of the favorite events in ham radio, I think, in my 45 some years in ham radio, and it's Wimplota, the Walmart parking lot's on the air. It's back for round 3. So before we tell everybody about what's going on this year, let's talk a little bit about how this event started for those people who don't know how it all came about.
Sure, that's right, Neil. We've been missing the last 2 years of Wimplota, and first event actually happened when Chris K7TAB, another big amateur radio satellite operator, had put out a tweet that he had operated a grid line from a Walmart parking lot in Morgantown, West Virginia. And as things often happen in Twitter, a lot of other people mentioned how they had also worked from Walmart parking lots, and a lot of them were on grid lines also.
Well, it makes sense because, you know, these Walmart parking lots are pretty big open areas, and you know, so it makes an easy place to, you know, park at the end of the parking lot and get some elevation for pointing the antenna.
That is a good point. Probably not as good as being out in the middle of farmland, North Dakota, certainly being my favorite. And you're going to have a lot of radio interference, but typically parking lot, like you said, is big enough you can get away and actually do a satellite pass that would be 20, 30 degrees at least over the horizon.
Yeah, and you know, Walmarts typically aren't all that tall either, so that kind of helps out a little bit. But it seems like there's some good places, and there are several. And I know there's one that I'm contemplating about an hour south of here that's sitting right on a grid line, and I'm trying to make up my mind if I'm going to drive down there or just run from here. But there are several that happen to end up on a grid line, so that counts for both grids if you're sitting right on the grid line. So a lot of people like that. So let's talk a little bit about this year. So when is Wimplota this year? And are there any rule changes we need to know about?
Sure, yeah. This year, Wimplota was shortened to a 24-hour event. A little different than the previous years. Wanted to interfere a little less with the holiday weekend. But Wimplota takes place this weekend, July 2nd, and it starts Friday night at Zulu and goes for 24 hours.
So, Andrew, why is this event taking place on July 2nd? Is there some kind of significance to that?
Oh, yeah, Neil. The July 2nd is the anniversary of Walmart's opening date.
Okay, very good. So, it's Walmart's birthday, so to speak. In fact, there's one of the bonuses that talks about that. We'll deal with that in a little bit. But any rule changes for this year?
No, I don't believe there are any rule changes this year. The goal is to make as many contacts as you can. You can participate as either a shopper or an associate. Associate would be operating from a Walmart store, whereas a shopper would be operating from home trying to contact all the associates at those Walmart locations.
Okay, and then typically the exchange that we use on satellite is call sign and grid square. So the exchange is a little different, and it depends on whether you're an associate or whether you're a shopper. So explain what the exchange will be for all of this.
Okay, the exchange will be, if you are an associate, you would give your call sign and Walmart store number. You can look that up, Walmart store locator on the internet, and it should give you the unique store identifier that you're at. Also, if you're on a linear satellite, you might as well give the Maidenhead grid square. And if you're a shopper, 4-digit Maidenhead grid square is what you want, along with your call sign.
Okay, so again, the associates are what they call, what we normally call activators or rovers or whatever. You're operating actually from the Walmart store, and then the shoppers are the people who are trying to work them. So if you're a shopper, go just normal grid square, and call sign, and then, for the associates, the activators, throw in that store number if you can. That'll help cut down on some of the dupes. So Adam, K0FFY, kind of took this on and kind of got the ball rolling with the website and Twitter and making it all official like. And he's on vacation this year. So talk a little bit about your role kind of standing in to make this happen this year.
Sure. Adam, K0FFY, and a lot of others started this back. I believe the first event, actual Wimplota, was April of 2018. So they did quite a bit as far as getting the website, wimplota.org, updated. And there's also a wiki and associated Twitter account. So a lot had been done there. 2018, 2019. 2020, 2021, I believe it was dropped because of COVID and everything that was happening there. And I was watching for it. Of course, this year, like a lot of other satellite operators, looking to see if Wimplota was going to happen, and heard some rumblings of it, but yeah, nothing was coming together. We decided on a date on the AMSAT Twitter meetup net that we do every Wednesday night on DMR. July 2nd was going to be the date, the founding of the first Walmart by Sam Walton in Rogers, Arkansas. So we had that. Reaching out to Adam. Yeah, Adam was going to be busy. Like you said, he was on vacation. So I decided to pick it up, and looking for volunteers. Andrew, KE8FCT, was good enough to help me out.
Well, Andrew, talk a little bit about your role in this, helping out with Mitch and getting this party started again.
Oh yeah, I've been a participant of Wimplota since day one. couple years ago during WMPLOTA, I did a big, massive rove up in the UP, or headed towards the UP on vacation there. Fortunately, this year I'm not really going anywhere, and was really looking forward to WMPLOTA. So, wanted to reach out to Mitch and help out, and helping out, getting some posts on Twitter and promoting it. Trying to get kicked off the AMSAT BB. Having a great time there. So,
this is one of the, let's see, how did I put it? I've got it in for Newsline this week also to help promote it. And I think the word I used was zany activities. And I remember as this was coming together, and I was actually in on some of it as well. People were on Twitter just coming up with all these ridiculous, crazy bonuses. And it was a lot of fun to just kind of sit around and think up, okay, what would these bonuses be? And, what should the rules be? And it was hilarious. And it finally came together. And, I remember, driving down to Lexington and getting on from the grid line there. One year I was in Connecticut, actually, getting ready to go to the ARRL Teachers Institute, and I stopped at like 3 different WalMarts on the way trying to break in. And I remember I never did get in that year, but the year before I got several from a couple of different locations. So it's always been a fun event, one that I always look forward to, and looking forward to it again on Saturday, July 2nd, 0100 UTC to 2359. Okay, well, we'll come back here in a minute and talk some more with Mitch and Andrew about Walmart parking lots on the air right after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live.
Thanks for choosing Tower Electronics. How may we help you today? We have PL259s, we have in connectors, we have SMA adapters, we have BNC adapters. What can I show you today?
Where's the tower?
Well, we don't actually have a tower with us, but we have all kinds of things you can use with a tower. We have power poles, antennas, soldering irons, and meters.
Where's the tower?
Ma'am, that's the name of our company. We can't haul towers to all the hamfests across the country that we visit, but we have almost every connector and adapter you would need to connect your antenna that's on your tower.
I don't think there's a tower back there. I really don't.
Tower Electronics. Visit us at a hamfest near you or call 920-435-2973 or see our whole catalog at pl-259.com. Sorry, one thing we don't have is a tower.
Coming up on the Tower Electronics Hamfest schedule, July 9th will be in South Milwaukee and Oak Creek, Wisconsin. July 30th they'll be in Winchester, Indiana, and August 6th they'll be in Elkhart, Indiana. Or you can visit them anytime at pl-259.com.
You're listening to Ham Talk Live.
Neil Rapp.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can see some things going on there and also get notices of when the new shows are coming out. And sometimes we even give you a chance to send in your questions ahead of time. So make sure you check that out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, you can find all the old podcasts on hamtalklive.com. Well, before we get back into the craziness and wackiness of WMPLOTA, it's time for some other wackiness and craziness. It's time for the joke of the week.
Now it's time for the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week, the part of the show where Rick tells us a ham radio joke. The Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week is brought to you by QRM Labs. Now, here's Rick Garrett in 9 GSU with today's Ham Talk Live Joke of the Week.
I really miss Radio Shack. That place I could just run down and get something when I was working on a project. Oh, they're not around anymore. I'm going to start a chain of electronic supply stores for hobbyists, and I'm going to call it the Home Depot.
This has been the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week with Rick Garrett in 9 GSU. Tune in again next week for another joke from Rick.
All right, well, from Home Depot to Walmart parking lots on the air, we're back with Mitch Ahrenstorff, ADØHJ, and Andrew Northam, KE8FZT, talking about this rather unusual crowd created special event happening at a Walmart parking lot near you on July 2nd. So, just looking over the scoring here, but before we get into all the details and everything, Mitch, you want everybody to fill out the little spreadsheet so that everything is scored kind of auto-magically, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have no idea what Walmart you visited, what bonus points you've gone after. So in the Wimplota website, there's a link for the wiki. Actually, it's under rules and awards. And if you go to the very bottom, there's an award submission, Wimplota scorecard, either in Excel or OpenOffice.
Okay, so you just go in there and check the boxes, punch in the numbers, and it'll calculate everything for you and send it in to Mr. Sparky, right?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Sparky. Been around the satellite community for, I'd say, 3 years. Really good monkey. ADØHJ Squared has utilized him to push out QSL cards and a few random tasks. So we did obtain him for this event. He was happy to work with us, and we appreciate Mr. Sparky being there.
All right. So, yeah, fill out the spreadsheet, send it in, and they'll tally up the results here. So again, we explained, a shopper is somebody who's just calling. An associate is someone who's at the Walmart store. And then you get multipliers for like, the number of Walmart stores you activate and that kind of thing. So let's talk a little bit about multipliers here.
Yeah, the multipliers multiply your QSOs times the number of unique associates worked. We're going to add that with the Walmart stores activated as an associate. We're going to add the number of satellite passes that have had at least one confirmed contact. We're going to also add the number of different satellites that were used for at least one confirmed QSO. And we're going to add the number of different grid squares with at least one confirmed QSO. So as you can see, there's a big opportunity if you travel around, visit a few Walmarts, across a few state lines. You can have a big multiplier in this contest.
All right. And then we get to the bonus points, which are rather creative, we'll say. So, some kind of, ordinary ones, if you're working on a grid line, to where you get both grids at the same time, of course, or near a grid line. But there's some other ones that are a little more, unique to this event, shall we say.
Exactly. And like you said before, this is all a grassroots effort by the satellite operating community. AMSAT or Walmart, any other entity, is not behind this. It's just satellite operators. And of course, we want to be good stewards while we're at the Walmart. So you will get points for finding the shopping carts and putting them back, or are picking up trash, buying birthday cake from Walmart, eating it, take a picture of it, post it to Twitter. You get points for that.
There's some for social media posts. I like this one. Called to the office. 30 points for having an actual Walmart manager participate in an on-air QSO.
And the great part about that, it says planned or unplanned.
Yes.
To me, that means that maybe the manager had to come out and talk to you. Now, to my knowledge, that's never happened. So if anyone does have that happen, 30 points for call to the office.
Yes, and we need to hear the story.
That would be even better.
Yes, yeah. Let's see. Special envoy, you get 7 points for being an advocate and explaining what WMPLOTA is to an actual Walmart customer. So, and then there's like some for Alaska, Hawaii, Northwest Territories, Nunavut, Yukon, all that kind of thing.
I know
we've got the zombie.
Oh yeah, the zombie, land multiplier. So that's, of course, 2 additional QSO points when you make a contact through AO7. Of course, AO7, we all know, came back from the dead many years ago, and it's a great satellite working out there, and hopefully it'll be up and running well on Friday night, Saturday.
And then we've got the zombie apocalypse, which is activating a zombie Walmart. So it's a permanently closed Walmart that remains vacant. So, and then there's some with spelling bee to where you can take the call signs and spell out words and stuff like that. So Mitch, what's your favorite one out of this list?
I don't think it's on this list. The one I always liked was the MacGyver Works at Walmart award. And I can only remember one person ever doing that. That was Soren. I can't remember Soren's call sign, but he had actually taken, I think it was like roasting forks from camping and maybe a wooden dowel and a drill and some drill bits, and actually fabricated his own Yagi antenna. Probably only brought along a coax and some alligator clips, and actually made a QSO. So in my memory, that was 2018, and MacGyver Works at Walmart award. Certainly my favorite.
So that's, you got to get at least one QSO with the antenna that you built with stuff you buy at the Walmart. So, that's a good, that's one of the awards. So while we're talking about, awards, let's talk about, some of the awards. You get an award for making at least one QSO, 2 to 4 QSOs, 5 QSOs, you're a greeter. If you do the overnight stuff, you've got overnight stalker. Then we get into the extra credit awards, and these are some of my favorites. So, we'll get into those a little bit. But Andrew, what was your favorite one on the list here?
Oh, my favorite one's definitely the early bird award. That's, there's always a good fight for that one. Early bird award is the first confirmed contact, after WMPLOTA starts. So depending on where the satellites fall, usually people are trying to make that contact in the first couple of minutes. And then in a couple of years, we've had satellites directly overhead right at 0 UTC. So people made contacts right at 0 UTC, and then to break the tie, you've got to do your upload, and the time of confirming the contact on Logbook of the World is the tiebreaker for that. So there's been some pretty good races for that one in the past.
Yeah, I remember that was quite the competition there, trying to get the first one. So then the extra credit is where it gets really strange. So we have Old Roy, the activator with the most Twitter posts of their dog from an activated parking lot. Then we have Old Roy with Roy. If your name is Roy and you have the most Twitter posts of your dog activated from the parking lot, you know, and then Special Kitty, the same as Old Roy, but with your cat, you know, it's really, really fun things. And then, and then there's the Mitch, one of your favorites ought to be, the buy one, get one free ADØHJ award.
Absolutely. I don't know if anyone's ever earned that. I did participate in 2019. I don't remember working Ron ADØHJ on any of those passes. So that should actually be a really, really special award. But yeah, these were all submitted by people and got kind of crazy, as you said. Old Roy with Roy. I mean, that's very specific. That your name's Roy and you have a dog. So I suppose someone out there was named Roy and brought that one up. But some of them are a lot easier. Twitter photo of the operation with the U.S. flag in the background, or Canadian or Mexican. Most Walmart branded stores will have that. One of my favorites to see on Twitter is the one with the shopping cart. It's called Mobility QSO, from a motorized shopping cart or regular shopping cart. So you might need two people for that. One person to jump in the shopping cart, another person take the picture, and, well, if you're like me, pull you back out of the shopping cart.
I seem to remember a couple of those pictures. I think Sean was involved in one of those. So.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And then, you know, here's the safety officer, you know, wear your high-vis vest and a tinfoil hat. So, you know, there's all kinds of good stuff. One of the ones I like is, you know, I usually end up doing the lunchtime passes because I pretty much do FM. With my mobile setup or portable setup. So, great value is a QSO while eating chicken from the deli.
Yeah. I mean, that's just insane. Whoever thought of that one, I could have never imagined making a satellite QSO while eating chicken, but do it. You get a little extra credit points for that.
Yep. That's one of my favorite ones. I've participated in that one a few times. I usually send my wife inside while I'm doing the passes outside to pick me up a fresh bucket of their little popcorn chicken.
There you go. And then you get the cupcake, and you got the birthday cake covered. So, you know,
definitely.
And get lunch at the same time. Well, you know, we talked a little bit about this buy one, get one free ADØHJ award, Mitch. For people who don't know, talk a little bit about the usual ADØHJ award.
Okay. Ron ADØHJ and I started that maybe back in 2019. We found ourselves on a lot of satellite passes at the same time. And just talking back and forth, no, it was actually Ruth. It was Ruth KM4LAO that suggested that and said, hey, you need an award for that. And after considering for a month or so, I think we said, yeah, we do need an award. So we started with the ADØHJ award, which is a special QSO card filled out by myself and Ron, serialized, sent to you. We haven't sent those out for quite a while. Ron hasn't been quite as active, but it inspired a lot of knockoffs, which we fully approve of. So I remember there being maybe 7 or 8 different variations of that award that you could earn. So a lot of fun, and created a lot of chaos whenever Ron and myself were on the same satellite, especially FM satellite.
Yeah. Well, so you can get your ADØHJ award, and then you can get the BOGO ADØHJ award, buy one, get one free, during July 2nd if both of them are on. So give that a shot. All right. Well, we're going to finish things up here, but guys, I wanted to ask you about your favorite WMPLOTA contact or memory, because there were quite a few pictures out there that I think would count as a memory. So, I wanted to ask you what's your favorite WMPLOTA moment?
One of my favorite moments was during my rove back in 2018. I was up in Tawas, and I was standing on the side of a parking lot doing a satellite pass, and a guy drives by in a big pickup truck, and he looks over at me and he goes, "Are you doing a satellite?" And I kind of nod at him, and I had my headphones on, so I'm in the middle of the pass, and then he looks and he says, "WMPLOTA, are you doing Walmart's parking lot in the air?" And I about dropped the arrow antenna and pulled my antenna off, and I'm like, "What? How do you know about that?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm on one of the satellite mailing lists, and I heard about it." I'm like, "Wow!" Like it's spread that far.
You just never know. Oh, Mitch, what do you got here?
Well, I'm trying to think back. 2019 was really the only year that I did it. And that year I purchased the Walmart t-shirt, the blue that says, with the Walmart logo on there. Standing in the parking lot, someone asked me for some help with something. I'm guessing, thinking that I worked at the store, which I would have helped them if they needed something carried or whatever. But I said, give me 15 minutes. I'll be with you. And I think they gave up on me, moved on. But certainly making FM passes on a Saturday noontime. Oh, that was crazy back that year. And I have to imagine people that maybe weren't clued into it, just wondering what all the Walmart store numbers were. My favorite contact being with the captain, Brian KG5GJT at that time, but many others.
Yeah, the captain, he's there. Well, it's a great time. So satellite operators encourage you to put on your PJs and aluminum foil hat, head to a parking lot nearest you, and get on the air. So anything else here to bring up before we go and get ready for WMPLOTA?
Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're at WMPLOTA. And I know Andrew and I both have activations that we're currently planning, but we're going to try and keep up with it the best we can. And this is kind of our first year we're feeling it out, but hopefully we can add some more stuff to the WMPLOTA site as kind of overview in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Keep an eye on our Twitter page. Lots of updates there, and we'll look for tweets from everyone else with hashtag WMPLOTA as the fun begins Friday night.
Okay, so we've got mines on the air, we've got parks on the air, this is Walmart parking lots on the air, so why not? Now, I think, if I remember right, there was even a special consideration for like other countries that if you had like an equivalent store, you could go ahead and do that too. So check the rules.
Exactly, that's fine.
Yep. Check the rules again, WMPLOTA.org. And the wiki has all the rules and awards and the spreadsheet there to fill out and send it in and tweet out those pictures. We'd love to hear the stories and see the pictures from all these WMPLOTA activations. So be sure to do that. Well, guys, thanks so much for being on the show, taking time out to talk about it. And I will hear you on the air this weekend on the third Walmart parking lots on the air.
Okay. Thank you, Neil.
Thanks, Neil. Hope to catch you on the birds.
That is a wrap for this edition of Ham Talk Live. Thanks to my guests, Mitch Ahrenstorff, ADØHJ and Andrew Northam, KE8FCT, and everybody out there in cyberspace for listening. And I invite you back next time for a list of all of our upcoming guests. Visit hamtalklive.com. So for now, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375, and may the good DX be yours.
For 73s, to you and your family, I'll be seeing you further down the log. Your 73s, to you and your family, I'll be seeing you further down the log.
It's hard to believe that you're into the deal, 'cause you sound just like a local up here. But why don't those whistling Mediterraneans check it with the frequencies clear? We're warm and cozy in our shacks, and we have talked about thousands of things. About shoes, about ships, about sealing wax, about cabbages and kings.
So 73s, to you and your family, I'll be seeing you further down the log. Your 73s, to you and your family, I'll be seeing you further down